So, good evening everyone. Good evening kung gabi din ninyo nakita. So, Module 8 is all about Big Data and E-Science. So, introduction to Big Data. So, Big Data is a sweeping term for the non-customary techniques and advancement expected to assemble. So, ang Big Data ay expected, so all about advancement na siya og mga techniques. Mao ni ang Big Data. Concept siya og mga sort out, process, and accumulate bytes of knowledge from huge data sites. Well, the issue of working with information that surpasses the registering force or capacity of a solitary PC isn't new. Dili na kuno ni bag-o para niya. The inescalability scale and estimation of this kind of figuring has enormously extended as of late. Mo na ang big data. So, let's move on to the dangers in big data. Big. So, dangers in big data. Number 1 is the noise in data. In spite of being the speediest, big data has neglected to give the best outcomes in numerous associations. This is because of the nearness of the significant information in their gathering and also in the essential information. So, ang noise in data is all about sa neglecting to give the best outcomes in numerous association. Kanang makakuan siya og mga near nga mga information gani. So, dali ra siya makagather og mga information because of this big data. And second to that is the lack of security. There have been many times that the examiners with huge information confirmations have neglected to check for the security-based issues. So, ang mga examiners daw, sa ilang mga dagkong informations, mo neglect ang ilang mga informations because of their lack of security. Dili secured ang ilang kanang gibutangan silang information mo lagi na leakage ang ilang information, and it may cause cybercrime, mga etc. kanang all about those informations nya mo na maepektuhan mo mga informations ingani kanang magpangawa na maadto sa lain, malain na imong mga information nga nagather, makuwangan na, ingana iyang murag because of kanang lack of security mo na mabungkag imong mga informations kay imong gigather, mabungkag na siya because of that.
Privacy control, it involves properly managing big data to minimize risk and protect sensitive data. There is a major contrast among sensitive and protection. In business, jud we need the security and protection. Samot ng mga big business na para sad ma-manage nato og ayo ang mga butang nga maka-create og makaguba sa tong system. Din mo ang ganitag security in big data, mo siya ang mga manage kung ang imong information is unprotectable. Kana bitaw dali ra kayo na siya ma-hack. Like for example, FB o once kini na ma-hack atong account, na jud posibilidad nga maglisod tagbawi. And the protection is mo ni siya ang mga kaya mo occupy sa usa ka system para ma-achieve ang imong result. Pareha ng settings kanang mag-checking kag resources if ma-reach pa ba ang mga nagamit ani nga account. Then, cost analysis is a major factor, and as the information measure is expanding, the cost has been expand exponentially. Mo ning ganitag cost mo ni siya ang mga amount sa kwarta para makaproduce ta og good product in business. Sa business jud needed man jud nato ang kwarta para kay dili sa di siya labot sa mark up para sa tubo. Refers ni siya og when we say markup, refers ni siya og process para sa retailer nga muad og product after purchasing. Like for example, kung ang retailer is nag-sell og product para sa business, And then, bad analytic report implies a foul or wrong after effect of your information translation. This by and large happen when you incline toward going for an uncertified experts as opposed to an examiner with a big data and confirmation. Meaning, kung ano sadya, kung ang analytics ganit mo deliver og way ayo nga result mo na kasagaran gajud nga way saktong knowledge kay lack of understanding man sa usa ka negosyo og sa paggamit sa big data in the first place pa lang. Para malikayan gajud ang failure ani needed jud natong pag-insist sa high standard.
For us to avoid the danger of big data, we must consider the following. Number 1, foundation of some very shaped digital security association. It is very important that our valuable data is secure. The company should or must implement a process about how secure data. Their policy and that should be unheard in security law. Number 2, we should have the influence legitimate implementation to make big data to stand the information insurance law. It is a very essential to have agreement both between us the company. It should be covers about agreement. The term and condition of with that we should able to know how it stand about the valuable data that they are collecting from us. Number 3, we have to employ expert with some appropriate big data confirmation. So employ expert meant to say a person should be skillful when it comes to technical ability. It should know how to manipulate, to configure, to analyze data. Expert must have the ability to communicate and to explain the technical concepts about this big data. It must have good understanding when it comes to system that will be store data, design, and many others. Number 4, to have disposition the information required for the breaking down of capacity. Before the company will dispose some of the information that is need backup in order that to lose all the data, and they should also consult professional about the regulatory standards of depositing information. Disposing information, Number 5, a pre-appraisal of the exception and information causing Simpson products. Simpson's paradox can be avoided by selecting an appropriate experimental design and analyze that incorporate the confounding variable. It shows by way to obtain unconfounded estimates of treatment effects. Number 6, to have utilizing basic and not to bad calculation for the investigation of the information. It say that for the purpose in investigating the data, we must employ simple and credible calculation so it won't be difficult. Number 7, legitimate law for the responsibility of the calculation utilized by dissecting or for dissecting. law that are appropriate for the calculation used during in our the course of the section. For us to avoid the danger big data, we need to learn to work on making our BDPT focus instead by utilizing out, outsider supplier free and for us to avoid the danger of big data. We have to be legitimate to have keep on eye on the out of line elicitation and segregation finish with the any distinct individual association. So those are the ways how we can avoid the danger of big data.
Introduction to e-science. Calculation has turned into a third mainstay of science by hypothesis and investigation. Numerous regions of science are winding up progressively collective, multidisciplinary calculation concentrated. Research on numerous fronts is winding up increasingly reliant on calculation. As we observe, sa karon nga era, grabe na kaadyo ang development or sakop ang science. Ilang mga research and computations ug daghan pa, grabe na kaadyo ka massive ang effect labi na sa development or innovation. So what is e-science? E-science refers to the kind of logical research that utilizes expansive scale registering framework to process substantial measure of information. So, ang e-science nag-contain og dako or dagko nga amount of datas nga process, stored, analyze, and lastly visualize. Nag-allow ni nga mapapaspas or mapadali ang production sa mga new knowledge sa bisan asa nga area of science. It is an interdisciplinary branch of science that investigates and executes data innovation stages, which incorporate PC systems, PC data innovation, media transmission, and computational strategies. So in other words, ang e-science is a cyber-based environment nga nag-consist og mga advanced computing technologies, networks, large datasets, visualization tools, and people para makahimo or buog usa ka scientific research. Computational science. Computational social science is the coordinated, interdisciplinary quest for social request with accentuation on data preparing and through the medium of cutting-edge calculation. So this means, ang mga computers ingani are used to model, simulate, and analyze social phenomena. The principal computational sociology zones are computerized data extraction frameworks, interpersonal organization examination, social geographic information system or GIS, multifaceted nature demonstrating, and social reproduction models. So, nag-focus ni sila sa pag-investigate sa mga social o behavioral nga relationship and interaction sa mga tao gamit ang social simulation, modeling, network analysis, and lastly is ang media analysis.